Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the final final casting of this tournament from Smite Amateur League tournaments. It's going to be a good one today, that's for sure. Both teams are undefeated. We got Sexual Tension and In Memory of Wild. Both teams, I'm really excited about this one. They did really well in the pool play, and then they both went undefeated in the bracket play against the higher end teams. So it's going to be really good, really close. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. I'm expecting at least a minimum of 4 games. Didn't introduce myself. For those of you who know me, Tom. My name's Tom. You guys know who I am. You guys love me. I love you guys. You guys are my peeps. Looking forward to doing this game with you guys. And then I got my co-host.
What's going on, guys? Zito here. Thanks for joining us tonight for the grand finals. Like Tom was saying, going to be some fantastic games. I'm looking forward to it. Both teams undefeated. I don't know. Only one can remain that way, though. Only one team is going to walk away saying they're undefeated after tonight.
Or you never know. They could split, and then neither team would be undefeated.
Split a best of 5?
Yeah.
We're just going to play that 5th game forever. It's never going to end.
Yep, there you go.
It's going to be a long stream, guys.
I hope everybody's in for the long haul.
I'm going to have to call my job and let them know I'm not going to be in tomorrow.
Got it. Nailed it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and spectate and see where they're at now. And it pulled me right in, and it's skipped the P's, or no, it skipped the Vans, but no big deal, everybody. So looks like for the red team is In Memory of Wild, and blue team is Sexual Tension. In Memory of Wild decided to go with Morgan, Jingwei, Ganesh, Artio, and Thor. Let's see here. Some solid pickups. I'm actually a little surprised that Artio made it through. She's still banned very frequently in ranked games. She brings a lot to the table in terms of CT and just shutting down single individuals and just making sure that the rest of the team can get in there and decimate whoever it is that Artio is just controlling. So I really like the Morgan pick. She's a great flex pick, and she brings a lot to the table. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this out. Sexual Tension, they bring in Odin, Huyi, Terra, Awilix, and Zhang Kui. Just for everybody out there, we haven't actually gotten the Awilix nerf yet, have we? I think that's next week for us. I think PC just got it. So Awilix is still a pretty strong early game. So I was going to say that, but I am wrong. Awilix is still pre-nerf as of now. Odin will bring in that cage to help the team pick targets out and figure out who they're going to go after first and foremost. And Awilix will be able to keep any targets from fleeing and escaping out of that ring. She'll bring them right back into it. So I'll pair it up with that Zhang Kui ult, and the Huyi ult. So a lot of CC and a lot of massive damage coming into that Odin ult is going to be happening quite frequently. What do you think, Zito?
Yeah, I think that that Jingwei is definitely going to have a rough time with that Awilix. And it's interesting that both Artio and Ganesh made it through and onto the same team. It leaves them a lot of flexibility there in terms of who can go where and who's going to support. Both of them have a lot of aggression, good wave clear by themselves, so they have a lot of flexibility in terms of team comp over there. But that Jingwei definitely a rough matchup with that Awilix.
For sure. Keep going.
I'm loving the Morgan pick though, for sure. Huyi Odin combo is definitely a killer. Ganesh obviously able to get out of that Odin ult. And Jingwei as well, and Thor with his ult, but definitely able to get a few picks off into the Odin ult if he can combo that with Huyi. That's going to be a killer for the Morgan for sure.
All right, so based off of what we see so far for the picks, you got any predictions? Like, whose comp do you like more?
That's a tough one, man. I'm a big fan of both Ganesh and Artios. I'd have to lean in the favor of In Memory of Wild. But there's definitely some solid picks from both teams here. That Awilix, a solid pick. Zonkwe is a super tanky mage, so he's definitely going to give them some trouble as well. Pretty evenly matched, but I'd have to just lean towards In Memory of Wild by a little bit here.
Okay, I'm gonna go the opposite way. I really, really like the setup coming out of Sexual Tension with the Odin cage. Obviously, it can be escaped, but I'm not even gonna throw that. Like, if they lock down people in that Odin cage, they have a ton of setup coming from Hu Yi, Terra, and Zhonghui. Hu Yi, obviously his ult fits inside of it. Zhang Kui's ult has got massive range, so that'll fit inside the Odin ult as well. Willix will make sure that nobody's getting out of it, and then Terra, all she's got to do is just put her monolith down and I'm trying to think of the word, and just dash into it. So it's gonna be like. In Memory of Wild's got a lot going on against them, so I'm definitely leaning towards Sexual Tension this game.
Okay, okay.
So I'm in game right now.
And our team name's already correct. I like it.
I know. I love this. This is fantastic.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna pause and change them, but I don't have to.
This is hey, finals. We're bringing the A game, everybody. A game.
That's right.
So right now it looks like the. Okay, never mind. Awilix just got in. She was the last one to load in. No big deal. So just waiting for everybody to get started. It's going to be an exciting game, everybody. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be pretty awesome. So both teams,
Yeah, I feel like
I said,
either. Go ahead.
Both teams undefeated. Both teams very mechanically sound. Everybody knows what they need to do. Everybody knows where they need to go. Like, this is going to be a very exciting game. So.
Yeah, both of these teams excellent. Like we were saying before, undefeated teams. Both teams put a lot of pressure early in the game, especially on those mid camps. So I feel like if one team can get the lead in this game, it's going to give them a huge edge, and they're just going to be able to run with it. So it's going to be interesting to see if we go 3-0, or if we go to all 5 games.
All right. Well, what's your timer at, real quick?
I'm at 11 seconds. 10, 9.
All right. Yeah. So we're about even. Okay. So we don't need the pause, everybody. So it looks like Sexual Tension's going to be looking to aggress. They've got 3 on the right side, and looks like they're going to try and get that speed buff and lock them out of it. Doesn't look like...
might get a kill here.
Yep. Ooh, and the Odin...
All right.
Ooh, there it is. Odin confirms it. Very nicely done coming out of Sexual Tension. They definitely needed that on top of the RDO. Keep her down a little bit. Early game, obviously. So, definitely good stuff coming out of them. I don't think In Memory Wild was preparing for that, so... Good move. They didn't really do much, though. I mean, it's RDO. She's going to be annoying no matter what you do.
That's true, but always getting that. I mean, they got the kill before the buffs even came up. That's going to give them a nice lead to start out here with, and just put In Memory of Wild behind from the very get-go, which is definitely going to put them in a good position here.
For sure. So... Alright, so everything's looking pretty clean, other than that one little mishap. I wouldn't even say it's a mishap. That was definitely a strategy coming out of Sexual Tension. Out of the previous games that we've hosted for them, we haven't seen that come out of them, so it's a little surprising to see them change it up. It's kind of nice, actually. So, definitely loved it.
Yeah.
Love to see more stuff like that happen.
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty good switch up from their usual gameplay. Like you were saying, I don't think I've seen that in a single game that they've done this tournament so far. So it is definitely nice to see them to pull something brand new out of the playbook and just take In Memory of Wild kind of by surprise there.
For sure. So let's see here. It looks like RDO is going to be in the solo lane. So
That's a good move. You get RDO's got that good wave clear with the 4 damaging abilities to be able to clear that wave, and really only needs 2 of them once you get about to level 4 to be able to clear that out by yourself.
For sure. So we're going to go ahead and jump over here in the solo lane. Looks like Odin's going to be trying to get in there and do some things. But he's just going to go ahead and
Just
back
getting a little
out.
bit of poke damage.
Yep. Going to go and clear their buffs finally. You know, in Memory of Wild has had their speed buff for quite a while now. It looks like the Odin ended up taking the blue buff from in Memory of Wild, so they didn't get to clear that.
Was that beads coming out there? Yep, beads out from the Thor there.
Ooh, I didn't even see it. Okay. I'm a little surprised that he did get the beads. Awilix isn't even level 5 yet, so, like, he would have been fine in terms of escape. Nothing would have happened. I don't think they would have gotten him. Odin is the first one to level 5, though. So, people are starting to come up pretty close behind it. I take that back. I'm sorry. Jingwei was the first one to level 5. She's level 6 right now.
Oh yeah, she's level 6, yep. First one on sexual tension to get 5, though.
Yes. Alright, got some pings in the mid lane going on right now, so not too sure what's going on, what they're looking at. I'm seeing, you know, the higher advantage. I don't know where they're coming from. Looks like sexual tension is going to be invading the speed and blue buff again over in the right lane. Try and keep control of those, so we'll see how that goes. It looks like they're going to get those pretty easily. No contestation, at least on the blue buff. They're going to get it, get out. Odin all in. Let's see what else comes up.
And Cardio goes down again.
Yeah, pretty simply. Like, I don't know about that. Like, the Ardio pick in solo lane is a pretty strong pick. So, I definitely understand why Sexual Tension is prioritizing that Ardio over everybody else. So, good moves coming out of them. So, and it kind of sucked because Ardio was in a 1v4 situation right there, and
yeah, there's nothing she can really do about that. But Ganesh did come in and put his ult down when that all happened to try and help out. Just didn't really do much.
Ooh. So, for those of you that were watching
Odin
the stream,
has his ult up already. Oh, that was not.
yeah,
Odin.
that was
That's
Morgan. That was a beautiful play coming out of Morgan. She transformed into Odin as she was about to die, and she jumped away and tried to, you know, cage and save herself, but didn't work out in the long run. But it was really nice. The Odin was coming in, crashing down, should have gotten the kill, but didn't work out that way for him. So they ended up securing the kill regardless, but still beautiful play coming out of in Memory of Wild's My Dark Aura. Everything looked really good right there.
Yeah, no, he pretty much did everything he could there. Like I said, that was a pretty good thought process to be able to react that quickly, throw down the ult and try and get away. Didn't end up working out for him, but definitely a good try.
Just got a little bit more poke coming out of everybody. Odin's going to take some damage from the Ganesh and Morgan, but he's just going to shield up and walk away. Nothing happening. We got a little bit of damage going on over here in the left lane. Hu Yi and Jingwei going at it. Looks like it's pretty even so far. This is ooh.
Got the gank coming in though.
Yep, the hot gank coming.
Oh, and the ult from Awilix.
And they end up confirming it. Okay. I don't think. Whew. All right, so that was a very nice gank. I don't see any wards over there on the left-hand side, so definitely.
I do not either. There's a couple by the mid on the left side there, but nothing on the left side in the middle or by those purple buffs to be able to see that coming.
So Wilix is coming up behind Thor right now. Let's see what happens, and he's just gonna ult and get out. So,
yep, he's had enough of that.
Yeah. So we got Zhonghui ult on top of My Dark Aura, and he's gonna get out. So, almost got him. Really, very
He
nicely
was
done.
low.
Yeah. So, looks like they might be trying to start a Gold Fury at the
Just,
7-minute mark.
no, it looks like they're starting to just bait a fight, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. That's all they were doing. Good call. Good call. What's your timer at, Zito?
I think I might be a couple seconds ahead of you. I'm at 7:20 right now.
All right. Pause at 7:25.
Will do. Paused. Oh, 7:26.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and resume in 3, 2, 1.
All right.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the graphs real quick. Looks like the experience difference is in favor of sexual tension by 1,300, and the gold difference is very, very slight, just, just over 500 gold, fluctuating between that. So even though they're down 3 kills, In Memory Wild is definitely doing very well in the farming aspect, and they're also keeping up in levels pretty good. So things are going pretty evenly, exactly what we thought we were going to be looking at in terms of how these games are going to go. So these games, they're not going to be 20-minute games, guys. They're going to be 30, 40 minutes. It's going to be exciting. Really happy, to be doing this, and I'm really excited about these.
Yeah, that gold difference definitely not making a big factor. The kills definitely is just more of a mental thing at this point of just knowing that, hey, we've died 4 times, so they're 1. Just kind of more of a mental block as opposed to an actual difference in gold and XP at this point.
For sure. Well, they get the Ganesh out or the Ganesh alt out. I'm gonna check real quick. Did I hear the Terra alt? Yes, the Terra alt came out as well. So nice done. It looks like they got 2 alts for 2? No, 1. There in the mid lane.
No, Jingwei used hers prior, I believe.
Yes. So we got some more poke coming back out on the Zhang Kui. RDO coming in and trying to stun out. I'm a little confused with that. So Huyi's going to ult on top of himself to kind of make sure that, nothing happens to him. So good move. Jingwei takes... Oh. Very nice.
So we got a 1-for-1 so far?
Yeah. So these are definitely the way that the team fights I thought were going to happen. Everybody's going to take somebody out. It's actually a 1-for-2, Zito. They did take V-Man, yep. And they did take Remoraid as well. So it looks like they might be going for Gold Fury right now. So I don't know if they're going to finish this or if they're just baiting it. So RDO goes over and stops Terra from coming in, and they will get the Gold Fury. Very nicely done.
They did get it. Very nice.
So good call.
They needed that for sure.
Definitely. So.
And that pulls them ahead in gold by over 1,000 now. So even though they are now down by 2 kills, pulling ahead in gold.
Yeah, their last team fight, though, was very convincing.
Oh, for sure.
I couldn't even keep up with the stuff, so I apologize to everybody watching.
Yeah, they were doing a good job concentrating, targeting one player, and then moving on to the next one, and just picked 2 people off there, and 2 very key players as well.
For sure. V-Man and Remoraid. In my opinion, Yep. In my opinion, I believe Remoraid is the MVP of Sexual Tension. I really enjoy watching this guy play. He just goes in and he knows what he's doing. He knows where he needs to be. Their jungler is definitely top notch. Any viewers watching need to take note from this guy. He knows what he's doing, and he's always willing to help. I talked to him a couple times, and he's always willing to run people through things. So, you guys need any info, hit him up.
His inbox is just going to be filled up to the max now.
Yeah, he's going to hate me after tonight.
So good.
We got some pings coming out. It was just Odin pinging, I think, what was wards over there on the right lane, or right jungle. Just letting his team know.
Yeah, a lot more wards coming out now.
For sure.
Much better coverage of the map at this point. Looks like we got Remoraid getting some action here, maybe? Ooh.
He's going to get aggressed on, though. Thor's up in the air,
Oh,
lands on top of him. This could be it. Ooh, but a Willix is so shisty. V-Man putting
takes a
the
lot of
mark.
damage, but gets away.
That's surprising. I thought they had him. See, this is another thing, like right there, guys. That's another thing that you guys could, pick up. Be like, how did you live this? So,
Dope Heifer, thanks for joining in, man. This is game 1 of a 5-game series. So we are at 0-0 right now. Both teams undefeated so far in the season. A little bit of a late start to these games. It's gonna go pretty late here. We're expecting to go 5 games, 4 games at least. And probably going to be some long games at that, 30, 40 minutes.
for sure. So it looks like the ward battle's going on right now over the Fire Giant. Another ping coming
getting
out,
a little
and they're just
dewarding.
letting them know. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the ward's place, see where everybody's at. Looks like 3 members of In Memory of Wild have placed 5, and everybody else is pretty low on the, both teams. Looks like Jingwei started placing wards as soon as she got ganked, and she's catching up now.
Yeah, she was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Definitely not.
I mean, as a Jingwei dealing with the Wheelix, I would not want to either.
So Zeta.
Oh,
Ooh, beads coming out
Wheelix
from
ult
Thor.
coming out. Oh, the beads come out too. Very nice.
So
I'll
very
take
nice
a
just
beads
getting
for,
those out.
for an ult any day.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna ask, Tom?
Oh, I was just gonna see how you felt like things are going. Do you like so far? I think everything's pretty even. Just wanted to get your thoughts on how you believe everything's going and what direction you think either team needs to, go into in order to get an advantage over the other.
I think it's pretty even right now too. Sexual Tension having a really good start to the game, getting that RDO kill early, but In Memory of Wild has just done a really good job farming up and keeping themselves in the game despite being down kills.
For sure.
Looks like what we're talking to. Odin ult comes out and Phantom coming out from RDO to get out of that.
Yep.
RDO being one of the only members of her team to not be able to get out of that ultimate, so her picking up Phantom's definitely going to be a good move.
So it looked like Huyi did take a little bit of damage to the Jingwei, and Remoraid comes over to his aid to try. Ooh, the ricochet! That was beautiful.
Oh,
Definitely
that was
not
beautiful.
intended, but it worked out in his favor. So the Jingwei jumped, missed the first hit from the ricochet, and ends up jumping into the path of the second ricochet, getting stunned, and then just getting taken down. So beautiful move coming out. Very lucky. Looks like Gold Fury is the call right now for Sexual Tension. So right now, if they do get this, they'll tie it back up in terms of neutral objectives. Gold Fury went down to
probably
Memory of
pretty
Wild
close
first.
to neutral and gold at this point.
Yep, and
Yeah, pretty even.
that was a pretty close steal from that Ganesh. He almost got it. All right.
Ooh, and a couple ults coming out here. Let's see if anything happens from this. Ganesh is low, and he goes down to Metatoy.
Yep. And then Remoraid jumps over the wall and just feather stepping away to try and get out of there. Good plays coming out of Sexual Tension for sure. They had 2 low members at the end of that, V-Man and Goldine use dive. So.
But they
But
pick
they
up 2
did end
kills
up
in
2
it.
kills, so definitely worth it. And it looks like they're going to be going over to the Portal Demon as well and securing that.
RDO gonna come over and try and steal it. Not gonna give that to him for free.
And they dropped it. Okay.
Yep, they didn't want to risk it.
Oh, I apologize, guys. I did not expect that to happen. So Jingwei's in the mid lane right now, aggressing on everybody over there after they just got a kill over there. So she's just keeping control of the lane, make sure that, things don't get out of hand. So she is quite a few levels ahead of everybody, but she is shooting into a Zhong Kui, who is really tanky at this point. All right. Looks like people are going to make their backs and go spend some gold. Let's go ahead and discuss some of these builds going on right now. I'm going to go with the Jingwei build.
I was just looking at
because
those myself.
she is the highest level. She's got Devo gauntlets completely stacked up. She went with the attack speed boots. It's nice to see. And Executioner into what I'm assuming will either be a wing. Man, I cannot remember the name of that.
Definitely
one.
a wind demon or a poison star. We'll be waiting to see which one she decides to go with.
Alright, let's see here. Looks like she's going to spot out Hu Yi going back. He's going to get away for the time being. She's just going to keep on aggressing him. Very quick stuff going on. But she does get out. Those Devo gauntlets are definitely keeping her alive. V-Man definitely felt the brunt of all that. She's going to tower dive. Oh, misses that. And might go down to the minions. Oh, very nice.
Zhonghui coming to the rescue. Oh, but he goes down anyway.
Yep.
And Jingwei goes down too.
Ganesh is what killed V-Man there, but the passive, everybody knows the passive, gives it to the closest member nearby.
Yep.
So very good stuff coming from the Ganesh moving over and rotating and confirming that kill. While we were also talking about that, the Odin ended up going down into the mid lane as well. Sorry about that, guys.
I think he was in a 2v1 over there. I don't know what happened that he decided to take that fight on.
So let's see here. Going back to the builds, Jingwei did end up building the the Poison Star. So her crits are going to be doing slowing everybody down. We got a 2v1 over here in the right solo lane. A Willix aggressing a little too rough against two tanky targets, and she ends up going back to base while Metatoy ends up taking out my Dark Aura and a little bit of BM coming out. No big deal there. Both these teams know each other pretty well, so.
Speaking of My Dark Aura there, Tom, looking at My Dark Aura's build, what do you think of this strategy here? Starting out Pen Boots and going straight into, my mind is blanking on the item name here.
I'm no mid, alright?
It's on the tip of my tongue, too. Help me out here, chat, if you guys can. But it's interesting to me that she did not go with any sort of stacking item, didn't go with anything to give her, you know, that one-hit ability. She went for the penetration and power instead, which is an interesting route to me.
Looks like she's just trying to make sure she can get enough burst in there just to make sure she can keep people in and, you know. So, but over here in the left lane, it looks like a Willix is coming up right behind the Thor, and he's kind of just floating around, not sure what's going on. Looked like he's trying to get his feather step, and he does. So very nicely done coming out of Remoraid, but the rest of the team comes to the aid, and V-Man is... Alright, everybody gets out. So they did get, take one kill for none, but there is still 4 members over there in the left lane.
Yep, Willix took out that Thor.
Yep, they are going to take this left lane tower, no problem. V-Man needs to get out of there. He does use his Aegis. It does end up going down to his opposition, but...
Ooh, good Ganesh ult there.
Is that what confirmed the kill?
Do believe so? No. No, it did not. That was a little bit later.
Alright, so Drunk Dimple went in the chat says you don't stack on Morgan. I did not know this. Like I said, I'm not a mage. I don't play mid, so I don't really know all of the items all that well there. Willix ult coming in on Ganesh. They end up taking him out pretty easily. So good stuff going on. And if Thor ult coming in, I'm not sure if he really wanted to do that. Looked like he was probably just trying to save his Ganesh. Didn't really work out for him, but he did get out unscathed. So lucky for him. That,
yep, he ran away, teleported away as soon as it happened.
For sure. So with 2 members, oh, it was 2 members. Jingwei just gets up, and her passive is going to be getting back to the lane fairly quickly. So. So another member of the chat said Transcendence on a Willix. I think she's just trying to stay in lane longer. She is a really heavy ability-based god, so not a bad pickup. I don't mind it personally.
Nah, and she's got the kills and the farm to be able to justify getting that really easily. I mean, it's already fully stacked, so it was not an issue for her to get that.
Yeah, looks like Ardio's making a rotation over into the right jungle and maybe just placing wards down. I'm not sure. But we got Ganesh out of position, and he just dashes away and gets back into position, so he's good to go. And it's Ganesh. You're not going to take him out that easily.
Nah.
Looks like we got a Gold Fury going on right now.
Gold Fury started.
Yep, and halfway done. But Vix is looking to try and get in there and steal it. The Hui they're just going to release it, and everybody's going to get gone. Thor right next to Hui Yi. He pops sprint to get away, and he does. So beautiful moves coming out from both teams. Very in Memory Wild.
Oh, Jingwei barely gets out.
Yeah, but in Memory Wild does take the Gold Fury.
Oh,
so good move by them.
That's why chased Jingwei down there. Was like, no, get back here. Yes, Spear of Desolation. That is the name I was looking for. Thank you, Kimmy.
Got a lot of action going on here in the mid lane. Odin jumping back in on top of the Ganesh. Looks like he might get away, and he does. While elsewhere in mid lane, Metatoid takes out, I think it was...
Ardio.
Was it Ardio? Okay, yeah. All right, so 4 members down with Ganesh almost dead. They're going to go ahead and go over to the Portal Demon and secure this. It's not that great of a trade-off in terms of losing the Gold Fury to Memory Wild, but hey, this is what we expected, guys. They're going to go ahead and do this, get this out of the way, probably go back, spend some gold, do what they need to do.
They might just come right back and do the Fire Giant.
Yeah, well, it looks like there is a red, what do you call it, ward right there on the Fire Giant, so they're going to know if they start it up, and it doesn't look like they're going to even attempt it, so... So yeah, even though the kills are 18 to 9, this is looking really, really good. Experience difference is 6,900 though, and gold difference is also 1,800.
About 2,000
in the way of sexual tension. So sexual tension definitely getting the upper hand where it matters. So but all in all, like the team fights aren't like going in one person's way. It's all mostly individual kills, you know. Team fights, it's pretty even. So this is actually really good stuff going on. Willix had to pop her beads to get out of the Ganesh slow from his ult. So good stuff coming there. And let's keep an eye on what's going on. Looks like everybody's moving towards mid. We got a big fight coming up. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen more than 2 kills go towards one team in any team fight so far this game.
The last team fight, it was a 4-for-1, I think.
Was it?
Yep. 4 members of the Memory Wild were dead. So Odin is pretty far up by himself right now. I mean, he's tanky. He can get away, and he just runs to his team, gets some backup. Ardio's pretty close behind, though. And Jingwei just pushing up, while V-Man is over there split pushing on the left lane. So I'm assuming that the call right now is just to push out that left lane, get them focused there in the mid, which is exactly what's going on. So we got the Zhang Kui ult going off right now with the sprint added to it to kind of help out. Thor ult coming in, he misses by a mile, no big deal, just keep going strong. Hui Yi coming over after taking that tower in the left lane, and he just places his ult down and not going to get much out of it. And Odin does end up going down. Thor just doing what he can to do damage. Looks like Terra is the focus for some reason. Zhang Kui comes in poking, and he's more than likely to get down because of it. Yep.
Yep.
A Willix ult was just used, for those of you watching. A Willix did just ult, I'm assuming to try and save, maybe save, Metatoy. It didn't work out, so that's on cooldown now. I don't think any of the other or any of In Memory of Wild members saw it, so they're probably still thinking that it's up. So they will take this tier 1 tower in the mid. So good stuff going on. They ended up taking out 2 members or 3 members. 3, because no, 2. Yeah, because it was 18 and 9.
No, 2. Yep.
Oop, I'll go back to the items. Sorry about that, guys.
What is it? Amateur hour over here, Tom?
For sure. So in terms of player damage, looks like game has been paused by V-Man. So I think this pause is a tactical pause. It's pretty close, like I said, in terms of team fights. Team fights are not one-sided at all. It's all individual kills that are, you know, giving sexual tension this what looks like an apparent lead. But in reality, the team fights are really, really strong from both ends. So the tactical pause coming out of V-Man is probably just to regroup, make sure everybody knows, hey, it looks like Gold Fury is about to spawn. Let's go ahead and make sure that we get the next one, especially because right now In Memory of Wild has 2 of those compared to Sexual Tension's 1. So they're probably going to look to get the Gold Fury, obviously pick off a couple kills where they can, and then go get the neutral objectives. Or hell, I mean, Hu Yi at this point with full Devos and full pen going on right now, he probably could just go take Gold Fury by himself as long as the rest of his team keeps control of it. And then also the ever-important Fire Giant going on right now. It looks like teams are warding up, making sure that you know, they have vision on it. I only see a sea of blue wards over there on the right jungle. So definitely just make sure that they got everything that they need. And it looks like Remoraid pulling out all his fucking moves. I love this guy, dude. This guy always impresses me. Like, his abilities to just get in there and see when a single kill can be made to, you know, that's a 40-second timer on that guy now. So it's a great move. Great stuff coming out of Sexual Tension's jungler.
For sure. Looking for some good things out of this Jingwei, though. She is only person to level 20 so far, and very, very close to having a full build as well. And she's looks like she is triple critting too, so she is going to be hitting for a lot.
Oh, by the
and
way,
there goes that Gold Fury like you were talking about. Yep.
V-Man soloed it.
Yep. Right after you were talking about it, he went and soloed it.
Metatoy just going
Had
in
them
there
all
and just
distracted
melting that Jingwei.
Oh my
Beautiful
goodness.
stuff. His ult on top
That
of
that Zhonghui ult, and he's so tanky as a mage, man.
yeah, he just, and the burst damage coming out of all of his abilities all at once was beautiful. Just completely shredded that Jingwei apart.
Yep, and that's 2 more kills for them. It looks like the call for the Fire Giant is being made.
For sure, I would definitely do this with Jingwei being down, so she won't be able to get back in anytime soon. So.
Oh, it looks like they're going to pick up Portal, actually, as it comes back up.
Yep. So good moves coming out. Definitely, I feel like that was a very smart tactical pause that they did. Definitely said, hey, this is what needs to happen, and they executed. Beautiful stuff coming out of Sexual Tension.
Absolutely.
Looks like Ardio's
picked
lurking.
up 3 kills and
Thor
Gold
ult
Fury
is
about
up
2
right
minutes
now.
there.
He does land on top of the pile going in on Ardio, and Ardio does go down, and it looks like... Oh, that was actually Morgan. Very nice. Okay, Morgan ends up going down to Remoraid as well. So, I didn't see the transformation, but it worked out. Jingwei
I did not
is up,
either.
though.
It can be confusing.
Yep. So, looks like Odin's going to go ahead and box her out while Hu Yi ends up trying to take that. Remoraid, go ahead. Get out of there. No? No? Okay. So, Jingwei does go down to Metatoy once again. The burst damage coming out of Zhang Kui is just crazy. He's just tearing Jingwei apart. They are going to get that tier 2 over
I'd be
in the
looking
right
for
lane.
that Fire Giant now.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to do that.
4 people down.
Yep.
After that tower, just go straight for it. Yep. Zhonghui taking a lot of damage from it though. He has to back off.
First fire giant is down. So it looks like everybody should go back, spend some gold, you know, get the buffs that they want, need. Looks like Odin does end up stealing the speed
being a
buff.
bully.
Yep. Doesn't really need them.
What time are you at,
Doesn't
Tom?
really care. I am at
I think you're a couple seconds ahead of me.
I'm at 31 right now. I just paused at 31.
Okay. Yep, you were about 5 seconds ahead. I am paused.
All right. So resume in 3, 2, 1. All right, sorry about that, guys.
Bighorn, to add to your question, this is game 1 of a 5-game series, so the score so far is 0-0.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump up here to the Willix. Looks like she's hunting down that Jingwei, and Jingwei ends up getting out of there.
She is one to watch this game.
Yep. I tend to keep the camera on mid lane. I just need to keep it on Remoraid.
Right.
This guy he literally makes things happen for his
desolate
team.
everybody. I mean, he's 11-2 right now.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the exact reason why Willix is getting nerfed. Just so strong early game, just can pull so far ahead. Like, I understand people say that she can fall off, but you know what? The only time she falls off is if she gets behind. If she gets ahead, there's no way you're catching back up.
Absolutely, and her mobility too is just so strong for her escape. I mean, she can get so deep into the jungle and just get out no problem.
Yeah, Suku sucks. I hate him. Okay, so that
Suku,
blink
let's
to
go.
try and chase Thor. So blink is down for Willix now. And they will take tier 2 tower over in the left lane. So the only tier tower standing is in mid lane. So
And it looks
Good
like they
stuff
might
going.
head over there right now.
yep. So get the most out of their fire giant buff that they got. Looks like they might have it for a few more minutes. So Gold Fury set to spawn here in the next 30 seconds. Neither team, well, I'm sorry, sexual tension really. I don't think they're too worried about that. Get what they can with the fire giant buff. Aggress when they can and get in there. Odin blinks in and ults on top, but what do you call that? Zito, help me. What's the name of that?
Oh, Phantom?
The relic. Yes, Phantom. There we go. Phantom popped coming out of the
Interesting
RDO.
to me. Oh, it was RDO, not Ganesh, because no, it was Ganesh popped it too. I think they
No.
both popped it there.
RDO's is 30 seconds behind. So RDO just...
Oh, true,
They
true.
might have, unless Ganesh has the upgrade version.
I think Ganesh has the upgraded version because he's got the relic dagger, so his cooldowns are less. But it's interesting to me that Ganesh popped it when he could just dash through it.
I think he just popped it for the rest of the teammates that were going in there. And this is a
That-
pretty
that-
good team
that
fight
could
going
be.
in the way of sexual tension right now. V-Man's just going to focus down on this middle Phoenix with that fire giant buff. Remoraid does end up
Looks
taking
like Ganesh goes
and
down,
This could be it, guys. Looks like they're going to rest on top of the RDO, and she is going to get away, but they're going
Ooh.
to poke some,
Barely.
you know. They're poking the bear, guys. Looks like they're going to make a move over to the left lane and possibly try and get that... No? Okay.
No, they're going for the Titan right now.
Yeah. So it looks like they're trying to end it. Ardio's going to try and stop them. She's completely capable of doing that. Broken God that she
Oh,
is.
yeah. Absolutely. Broken to the max, and I love her.
Yes, Pepsi Crossing, it is still game 1. So it looks like they're just going to go ahead and take the rest of the jungle away from In Memory Wild. Take that Gold Fury.
Gold Fury as well.
Yep. And then this, I love this. The triple bounce on the Gold Fury. It's such a beautiful move. If you got it, why not use it?
Yep.
Shout outs to all the supports that help us Hui's do that stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it right between these two. Let you just triple bounce it.
Do your thing.
He's not triple bouncing red though. Mistake.
Oh, you don't need to. So it looks like we got Fire Giant
know.
coming up here in 25 seconds. Sexual Tension is definitely going to make a play on that. They might be going for Portal Demon right now.
Probably gonna go for that portal here right now. Yep.
Yep, get that off the map.
That's
So that
exactly
way,
what they're doing.
Yep, get some wards up. And
Get that
I haven't seen
advantage
V-Man
for
go back
when
yet, so
Fire
he's
Giant
probably going to
comes
go
up.
back as soon as this goes down.
I would guess so.
Yep.
They might have a
Good
fight
stuff
here,
from a
though.
Memory of
They're gonna
Wild,
have to
being
leash
aware
that
of
portal.
what. Yeah. Fire Giant spawns. Looks like the rest of Memory of Wild, they knew the timers as well, so good stuff coming out of them to know, hey, this is what's going on. We need to get there now. We can't just let them take this game. So.
Yeah, they definitely needed to contest that if they would have got that portal. That would have been a Fire Giant for sure, and probably the game, so definitely some good awareness come from Memory of Wild.
Yep. So at this point, they've got one Phoenix down in mid lane. What do you think needs to happen for a Memory of Wild to potentially come back from this?
I think they just need to really be right here at in this team fight. They need to be solid, focused, get themselves a couple kills, and push that mid lane up and get that tower and maybe even a Phoenix.
Ooh, Blink coming out of Odin, jumps on top of Ganesh,
And
takes
he gets
that
the
out.
Ganesh.
Looks like they might.
Jingwei
get
looks
the
like it's
Jingwei
going to
as
go
well.
down as well.
Yeah, Remoraid making his own
And-
plays because that's what Remoraid does.
My Dark Aura just out on the side, you know. He's been picking on My Dark Aura this whole game.
Oh yeah, and why not? You know, she doesn't really have
I
too
mean,
much
I
of an
would.
escape. So
No.
if you can pull her in, it's a game. And by the way, that's 4 down, none down for.
Yep. Just
Sexual
RDO
tension.
to try and defend against 5 people. This could be it, folks.
Yep. But she did defend against them last time. Looks like they're gonna take
There
the
was
Phoenix.
only 3 last time, though.
Was there 3? Okay.
There was
So
3 up
Odin's
there
gonna go
last
in there.
time. Now she's got all 5 to deal with.
Yep. Odin Cage on top of the Titan. They're just gonna go ahead and end this now, guys. This is game 1, going in favor of Sexual Tension. Very, very good game. I know it says 33 to 15, guys, but let's be completely honest. Those team fights were phenomenal from both teams. Sexual Tension
Both
did.
teams bringing their A game.
Oh, for sure. So I loved every bit of that game. Awesome stuff. Looking forward to game 2. So Zito, do you think it was P's and B's? Do you think that's what that game came down to?
It honestly might have. That Wilix, man, just dominated the Morgan and just shut her down. And mid lane, honestly, is one of the most important lanes in the game, being in the center of everything and really having to be on point. So the jungler being able to shut down the mid lane like that definitely played a huge factor in this game for sure.
Awesome stuff coming out of both teams. And Sexual Tension ends up taking game 1. Willix going 14, 3, and 11. Present for 25 of the 33 kills. So good stuff coming out of her. Remoraid ganking when he needs to gank. Supporting Huyi. For a little bit there, V-Man was getting controlled by Jingwei. So Evic doing what he's supposed to do over there, and then Remoraid coming over and relieving some of that pressure. So good stuff coming out of the jungle. In my opinion, a Willix / Remoraid use dive was the MVP for game number 1 for sure.